when we hear from life story, maybe like there were some people who cried after hearing her story, like the students, SPN students. She give motivational talks to SPN students. It's nice to know because children have empathy. Because we always take for granted that the kids are not bothered, right? But they were very empathetic. And also teachers, we have done one in Sungapatani. The teacher who was very aggressive and always used to shout, many years of experience, think that she knows everything. After hearing her story, she said she's no more going to yell or even think of even raising her hands on her kids anymore. She understands what's the impact because you don't see, you don't know, right? So the whole sensitivity is all in your hands. The more we do this, the more awareness we give, we can make a big difference for children, especially our 21st century kids who are very, very highly sensitive. Okay, you can see the network. Okay, without fail, I introduce Visha.
You have to bear with me because there's no microphone. So I'm here today to share about my experience. My name is Visha I'm 23 years old. I lived 14 years in Bangkok. I just came back to KL about 4 years ago. So it's a bit different to where I'm from. And when I was here in Malaysia, when I was a kid in Klang, I went to a few nursery schools in my preschool life because they used to whack me. And one of the things they whacked me for was not writing properly. She held my hand so tightly it could almost break because it's so small. And then the other time was when I was in potty train. So she slapped me. And if you don't walk fast or do things fast, she will hit your leg. So because of that, I never liked school. So my mom kept pulling me out from kindergarten after kindergarten. Luckily, my dad got a posting to Bangkok. And that's when we became expatriates, and I went to international school. Okay, when I went to Bangkok Patna, the first international school in Bangkok, basically they diagnosed me with a learning disability because every time when they asked me questions, I would refuse to answer because of that fear of school. And then I had an assistant throughout my years, as well as fears like lightning, boat, aeroplane. Sometimes even sitting in the car was just traumatic for me. Fireworks, the dark. I hated the dark. I always sleep with the light on. How the teachers, when they raise their voice against me, I feel very intimidated. And then I went into a special needs school. And this school was for me because I couldn't finish my high school in the normal curriculum. So I went into the special needs school. They were helpful, but I felt like it was for more severe cases and that I just need some guidance and I could study in a normal school. So it really demotivated me, but at the same time I mentored a few others kids. And then I found another school called St. Andrews, and that was when they offered special needs help. At the same time, you're with normal kids. So you're integrated into society again. But that is also can be a bad thing or a good thing because some of the kids were understanding and would be my friend. Some of the kids don't even know that I have a learning disability. Some of the kids knew that I had a problem. And that's when bullying started happening. Yeah. And then I moved to Melbourne, RMIT, because I couldn't finish my high school diploma at that uni because the core subjects were science and math. So I had special needs support in university. They have a special needs counter where they help you, test you out on your cognitive and what level you are, and then from there they can help you. And then I graduated with VCE and Foundation Studies, which is a high school diploma. But the thing is, I needed 70% to get in order to go to a creative writing course. Because I only got 65%, 5 marks lower, I could only go into a diploma program. So I thought it was a waste of time to go to a diploma program. I thought, let's go back home to Bangkok. So when I came back home to Bangkok, that was one of the worst things that I could have done, because I couldn't do exams. I had no help when I enrolled into Academy Italiana, Fashion and Design University. And friends avoided me. I don't know why. Bullying started again. Like I would hear people talk in Thai about me. They assume that I'm a foreigner and I don't understand the language. But because I've been there for 14 years, it's more like my home. So I stopped watching TV. I was addicted to Facebook. At one point, my hygiene was very bad. I started going to depression, and then I decided to come back to Malaysia because I knew if I crash in Bangkok, the support system is not there, and the medical system is so bad that I wouldn't get the proper treatment. So I decided to come back to Malaysia, and that's when I enrolled into Raffles. As you can see, I've been going from one school to another school to another school. There has been no breaks. It's just been studying, 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 studying. I'm like that. I'm a workaholic. If I like something, I'll keep trying and trying until I find it. But that caused a lot of stress for me. And then I made friends in Raffles. But then eventually they avoided me when my mom left me for 2 weeks in the apartment at Ampang by myself. I asked her to, because I said, I want to try to be independent. You go to Bangkok and do your work. Let me stay in KL and I'll figure out how to live on my own. And that was when I started talking to myself in class, hearing voices like somebody calling my name, and then being in denial that I actually have a problem in a fantasy world where it doesn't exist, but to me it felt so real. Poor hygiene, I never showered, didn't eat for 2 weeks. I was 26 kilos, and then I went to see a psychiatrist, and that's when things started to change. I went to see a psychiatrist because every day at 12 p.m. I would stare at the door and start talking to the door, like as if somebody was there, but there was nobody there. So then, after taking medication and all that, I improved. I went into Yes Academy, and they offer makeup, and they were really helpful, the teachers. It was God's blessing for me to have them because of the medication. There could be a lot of side effects. And because of that, they had special needs support, even though they didn't actually have a system for special needs. But they allow people with special needs to come to your school, and they accept it. They give extra time. They spend one-to-one sessions with you, and you're allowed to come to school whenever you want to practice, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever. It doesn't have to be during class time. You just need to tell them ahead of time. You come in, you just practice your makeup and everything. So it's very independent learning. And then I started taking taxis by myself again, like how I did in Bangkok. And then I relapsed, because when you relapse, you go back into the illness. Because I had a lot of stress going